walked away from the crowd tonight. They were marching blind, no end in sight. The drums were loud, the voices strong, but deep inside I knew they were wrong. It's lonely when you stand alone, when the truth cuts deeper than stone. But I'd rather walk my road unknown than follow the herd to the great unknown. The peril of believing what others don't, it'll break your back when the world says no. They'll laugh, they'll mock, they'll cast their stones, but I won't kneel to the crowd I've outgrown. The peril of believing is the price I pay to see the night give birth today. They say I'm mad, they say I'm blind, but I see the cliff where they march in line. Comfort's cheap, but truth is gold. I won't be bought, I won't be sold. It's heavy when the silence falls, when you've no one left to take your calls. But freedom whispers through the walls. Stand tall when the darkness calls. The peril of believing what others don't, it'll break your back when the world says no. They'll laugh, they'll mock, they'll cast their stones, but I won't kneel to the crowd I've outgrown. The peril of believing is the price I pay to see the night give birth today. History remembers the ones cast out, the voices drowned in the sea of doubt. Madmen, prophets, they're all the same, set on fire by a different flame. Final peril of believing what others don't, it'll break your back when the world says no. They'll laugh, they'll mock, they'll cast their stones, but I won't kneel to the crowd I've outgrown. The peril of believing is the path I take. For every dream the earth forsakes, I'll walk the road though I walk alone. The peril of believing is the seed I've sown.
From the shoreline of Brighton, where the waves meet the sky, a vision was born to let stories fly. Taylor Media is here with a mission so clear, to give every voice a place to appear. Your story, your voice, your media. We shine the light where truth will lead ya. From businesses bold to the causes that fight, from charities humble to dreams taking flight. An article written, a video made, your legacy told, your moment displayed. Your story, your voice, your media. We shine the light where truth will lead ya. your name on Brighton shore. The world will see the power of your story set free. Your story, your voice, your media. We shine the light where truth will lead ya. The Taylor Media, the future's bright. Your voice remembered in every life.
Yo, I get it now. Skint. Yeah, Brighton. Skint. Oh, do we have to do this? Do we have to? I'm sure we've got better things to do than waste our time on YouTube. Can't we make love or something? Can't we have sex? Can't we have sex instead? Oh, I don't really want to do it. But do it. I don't really want to do it. Do it. I don't want to do it. Do it. I mean, yeah, look, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. I want to put myself into the public domain and get shot at and get like ridiculed. I'm skint too. Are you in Brighton too? Why does Bleeding Heart think you're a grobknob? It's weird. And I saw a community post by Grobknob today, right? And I was seriously close to commenting, "Hi Chris, can we be friends?" It's like, oh, seriously, I was so close, man. I was like, "Hi Chris, can we be friends?" And put everything in the past. But something stopped me, you know? Something stopped me. Something told me, no, don't do it. So I didn't do it, basically. Oh, no, yeah, I'll show you something, right? Show you something. Well, no, I don't want to do it. Do it. I don't want to do it. Do it. Oh, I won't bother, actually. I won't bother. She's not. Oh, who are we talking about? Oh, Bleeding Heart. No, she's not. Surely not. You know, surely not. That's not a nice thing to say. No one's nuts, really, are they? Come on, I mean, I know people who can like predominantly spend most of their days in padded cells. They'd be nuts. But anyway, what's wrong with being nuts anyway? I like a bit of fruit and nut in my life. You know, and you know, were you nuts to go along with COVID? Yeah. What is nuts? It's all relative, isn't it? It's relative, man. I mean, I'll tell you what I think is nuts, right? And it's a bit controversial, but hey, I like being controversial. I think that Jesus resurrecting from the dead, I think that's completely nuts. Right? I just don't see how anyone can believe that. But yet, billions do. Billions of people think you can rise from the dead. And it's like, what? You are nuts. But, okay, I'll show you that thing. It's quite interesting, actually. It's a little story about Sussex Police. It's a little story about Sussex Police. No, I won't bother. I'll give it something for you to read. I'll give it something to you to read. Yes, everyone was mind controlled by the TV. Well, look, I weren't, but I still have post-traumatic stress disorder. Talking about COVID, because I got arrested on the Sunday. The whole nation went into lockdown on the Monday. I got arrested on the Sunday. 10 police officers, and they took everything. And honestly, it's still traumatic for me when I talk about it, because I see what happened. I remember how I was on that couch over there, held down by 2 people, when I watched 8 other coppers take everything. Just take all my property, take my computer, take my phones, go through everything. They even took my Sky router. Upstairs, I heard 2 of them upstairs rummaging, and I was being held back on the couch by 2 coppers. And so I went through that whole lockdown with no media, oh man, bad, man. But come on, everyone in the so-called conspiracy section, conspiracy theorists, we knew what it was. Hi RB, don't come in like, oh hi Matt. I know what you think of me, okay? I know what you say about me behind my back. Don't come in here as if we're all pally. I don't even want to look at you, really. I don't even want to look. Why was I arrested? Oh, for something happened 6 months before. I was arrested for harassment. Yeah, because I can't say too much. It was something that Ian. No. Oh, who was that doctor? He was being interviewed by Ian Crane. And there was a doctor outside a court. And this doctor mentioned a certain individual. And I clipped it, as you do. I clipped this little clip of something someone said outside a courtroom, being interviewed by Ian R. Crane. And so what? The lockdown was in March, wasn't it? And this little clip I posted in October. So I posted a little clip in October the year before, and in 6 months they chose that Sunday, the Sunday before the national lockdown, to come in and arrest me. Woo! Man, tough. But look, we knew something. Well, we, as in when I say we, I'm talking about the conspiracy community. We knew something was on the cards. I mean, there was a moment when I believed it, and that was when Piers Morgan was on A Good Morning Britain, going through the obituaries in an Italian town's newspaper. And it was showing how the numbers died, the number of dead people in Italy, and it was like, wow, man, crikey, people are dying. And I was expecting, I was expecting to see it on the streets. I was expecting to see ambulances. I was expecting to see the Nightingale Hospital full. I was expecting to see it with my own eyes, because that's what we're taught to be a fact. We're taught a fact is something you can experience with your own senses. So you can see it, you can hear it, You can touch it. You can feel it. You know, if something's happening which you can experience with your 5 senses, then it's happening. And if someone besides you can look at the same experience and with their senses experience what you experience, then you can conclude that's happening. It's a fact. We both are seeing it. We're both experiencing it with our 5 senses. But I didn't see that. I didn't see that with COVID. And so, of course, you know, when the Nightingale Hospital wasn't filled up, in fact, it was just as empty as when I opened it. When I didn't see the ambulances, remember, I had no social media, so I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I wasn't brainwashed by the TV. I had nothing. My internet router was taken. I couldn't access, you know, anything. I read a lot. It was really hard time for me. But yeah, no, you know, I was expecting that play. I was expecting it. I didn't buy it for a moment. You know, some people call me a nutter. I don't care. So, moving the goalposts, I noticed, you know, Den Tarragon has given me, oh God, man, do I have to? I don't have to do this, you know. But crikey, you know, fucking hell, it's time we are going to have to choose what side of the fence we're going to sit on, you know. We have to choose what side of the fence we are sitting on. And look, you know, I don't have to tell you what side of the fence I'm sitting on. Anyone who knows me well knows what side of the fence I'm sitting on. And I'm sitting there. I'm not going to move sides, if you know what I mean. But it's been a good life. It's been a good life. And I've enjoyed every moment of it, really, you know, and I'll continue to enjoy every moment. I had a lovely day out with my son today. In the week, out with my daughter. Back from a weekend for my girlfriend. You know what I mean? I've got actually a very important meeting next week. So, you know, everything to play for. Everything to play for. And, you know, the final score hasn't been blown yet. The final whistle. We don't know what the final score is yet because the final whistle hasn't been blown yet. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to carry on. I'm going to carry on being me and doing what I think is best in life. You know, we've all got our beliefs and we've all got our like values and we've all got our goalposts, if you know what I mean. And you've got to do what you think is right for you. And what I've seen too much on the internet is there's a lot of people who go with the flow. You know what I mean? Go with the flow. And that ain't a good way to go. What do you think? RB, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think I am or do you think I won't? What do you think? So, you know, what you got to do nowadays is keep things to your chest, quite frankly. You've got to keep things to your chest. You can no longer divulge your plans. Too dangerous. What do you get for £150 media package? Well, you get a video and you get an article. A video, an article. There you go. Yeah, I think it's worth the package. Worth the package. I don't think you will, Matt. Right. I don't think what I recommend you do is put a bet on it. You may get your money back and a bit more. You know what I mean? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. No, I mean I was actually thinking that I'd love to be there to support Kaylee, of course, but Kaylee's got a lot of support. And you mustn't think of this as a physical, in the physical sense. We are in a spiritual war, you know, and it's just my opinion. Kaylee has got an army behind her. That's why she's so fearless. Kaylee's got the army. She's got God's army behind her. And so it doesn't matter who's physically there. Okay. It's what Kaylee carries in her soul. Hello, Convid. Oh, you were great last night, mate. You were great. Loved it. I enjoyed it. I've clipped it. Is that one of my channels? Yeah. But look, I really don't want to talk about it. Really don't want to talk about it. It's dangerous to talk. It is. It's dangerous to talk, mate. Not like it used to be. Back in the old days, you could talk about it. You could have a right little Peter and Mary, you know what I mean? A bit of slang there, a bit of Brighton slang. You could have a right little Peter and Mary over it, but not anymore. No. There's no trout fishing anymore, if you know what I mean. You know, there's a bit of slang there, a bit of Brighton slang. There's no trout fishing anymore. You can't do it. No Pete and Mary. No, those days are gone. Back in the good days, we could have a fairy. You know what I mean? Bit of slang there, bit of slang, bit of Brighton slang. We could have a right old fairy. Britannia and PipSmoker are so jealous. I know they are, aren't they? Yes, there's a lot of jealousy going on with Jake and Kaylee. And for the record, I think they make a lovely couple. I'm so happy they've found each other because they need each other. You know, they need each other. And I know there's some love stories on YouTube, but I think that their love story, you know, towers head and shoulders above all love stories. But yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad Kaylee has got that support from Jake, because sadly I can't. Oh, I don't like the word can't, so I'll change it. I won't give Kaylee the support she deserves because I'm scared. You know, I've been backed in a corner, man, and you know that's not a good quality of me. You know, that's not a good quality of me. And I feel terrible about it. I really do. So maybe the word can't does apply in this occasion, but I hate using the word. So the God's honest truth is, I won't give Kaylee support that I could give her because I'm scared of the consequences. Look, I say to my son, I say, don't put me on a pedestal. Don't put me on a pedestal, son. I'm just as weak as the next man. And the fact that I can't publicly give Kaylee and Jake the support they deserve is testimony to my cowardice. It is. It's a testimony to my cowardice. And I don't particularly like having to come into YouTube and say, hey, guess what? There's something about me that I've identified. And I'm going to tell you, and that is, you know, fucking hell, I don't want to say it out loud, but I have to for the sake of truth. I'm a coward. And I'm a coward because I can't publicly support Kaylee or Jake. And it twists me. It twists my soul. But I get over it. You know. Don't like myself, but I get over it. Apparently, Tranny West wants to be a woman nowadays. How Dave. Love it. Didn't Danny West's ex-missus, wasn't she in the picture for a while? You know, it's... I don't want to talk about it. I really don't. I don't want to talk about it. It's madness. That's what it is. It's complete and utter bloody madness. Somebody said to me, with you, it's all AI and drama. It's like, and what's your point? What's your point? Of course it's AI and drama. You know, that's... I don't watch TV. I'm all for a bit of AI and drama. AI makes my life bloody easy, you know. The work I turn out is just tenfold. I can do a video in literally 10 minutes, mate. Bang, 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 a bit of AI. Smash it. Smash it out there. You know what I mean? I have wanks that last longer than 10 minutes. That reminds me of that person Kaylee plays. That hackle and laugh. Scary. But yeah, going back to when you realise things about yourself that aren't particularly good, you know, and being a coward is something I'm not proud about. Of course I'm not, but you know, it's something I have to acknowledge. You know, I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I suffer from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I suffer from it. I suffer it as much as the next man. And, you know, it's made me a weaker man. It's made me a weaker man. It's made me a coward. But it's something that's happened. It's something that I can experience with my 5 senses. I know I'm a coward because I'm too scared to defend Kaylee and Jake. And, you know, it's something I have to live with. I do hope they have a nice life together. Because if anyone deserves each other, it's them two. Talk about a match made in heaven, you know? Talk about a match made in heaven. I wonder how many of you would still be here if you had to come on your real name. I wonder what percentage we'll lose. If I would bet 75%. I'd bet 75%. You know, 3/4 will go, fuck that. I'm not revealing my name, and they're out of here, you know. That's what I meant. 25% will come on and say, listen, yeah, you know, here's my name. Here's my name. But, so, as you can see, I'm home alone. I'm not up with my girlfriend's weekend. Oh, so sad. Nah, she's busy, isn't she? Fucking hell. Don't swear. She's busy, right? She's busy, right? She's blown me off, right? And I don't mean in the, you know, I don't mean in that way. So I'm home alone. I'm home alone, man. Got no booze. I got ripped off by the garage yesterday. 60 quid to change the battery. 60 fucking quid to change a battery. I could change that fucking battery. 80 quid for the new battery, 60 quid to fit it. What? Honestly. I'm a coward. I didn't say anything about it. I just fucking paid it. Well upset, man. So I had to fucking, you know, try and flog my services for 150 quid. And I'm not talking about, you know, getting my donkey out. Oh, I noticed Taffy was prancing about grabbing his balls. Remember when I grabbed my balls? Oh God. What the backlash. Woohoo! But you know, one person, what's 3/4 of 3? I don't know. What is 3/4 of 3? I don't know. I'm just doing 75%. That's 3/4 of a whole, isn't it? Isn't 75% 3/4 of a whole? Don't start doing maths with me, mate. Don't start doing maths with me. Fucking hell. No, but I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what 3/4 of a third is. I suppose 3/4 of 3 would be. Oh, I don't know. Would it be? Oh, let's just move on. It's too late. I haven't got my maths head on, right? I ain't got my maths head on. I can never do fractions anyway. I just about write, you know, and fucking. Luckily, I've got AI to do that for me now. Don't start telling me what sums are, mate. Because I still think 2 + 2 = 22. And don't tell me otherwise. Fucking maths. So, look, what should we do then? What should we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do in this? What do we do? Back in the old days, we used to have a laugh, but there's no laugh now because there's too many trolls. Too many trolls ruining it. Oh, that joke offended me. No, that's not funny. I'm going to ring the police up now. It's just not funny. You know, it's just, you just ruined it, man. Oh, man. But we can't talk about anything now anyway, so what's the use? You know, what? What's on? I watch a lot of Pluto. There's a lot of Pluto TV at the moment, so you can get a film on any time you want, mate. Yeah, so how's everyone been? Are you going to run a media business if you can't write? Yeah, there you go, mate. How? I know. Oh, well done. There we got 3/4 of a third. 3/4 of a 3 is 2.25. Thank you. Thank you, Convid. So how are you going to write how are you going to run a media business if you can't write? Well, I can write. And if I have to do sums, I'll use a calculator. You do understand there's a certain degree of artistic license, you know. There's a certain degree of artistic license when I come on YouTube. I can, like, you know, I mess about a bit, you know, and I say things that aren't quite true. I elaborate. Oh, there we go. I think you're trying to scam people 150 quid. Love it. Go on. Push it. No, Matt Taylor's scamming. He's charging 150 quid for his services. No, funny enough, actually, I'm seeing someone next week, a potential customer in their business. At the moment, we're talking about 3 articles, 3 videos for 150. And that ain't a scam, mate. That ain't a fucking scam. That's business. So don't start coming in here and sabotaging my business by saying because I charge my clients £150 for my services, it's a scam. You fucking dick. You remind me of you remind me of Den Tarragon. Fucking calling John Winona a scammer when no money's exchanged. You fucking knobhead. Now, honestly, Britannia, to be fair, right? To be fair. I've seen you about a bit, and I think you are a fucking idiot, mate. And I'm being nice. I'm being nice, mate. You are a fucking dom slut. A dom slut. You know what I mean? A bit of Brighton banter there. A bit of Brighton slang. You're a dom slut, mate. Fucking dom slut. That's what we call people like you, mate. Dom slut. Used to go. Oh, did you see that dom slut? Did you see that dom slut the other day? And I said to my geezers, I said, oh, do you know, it reminds me, you're talking about dom sluts. You know, you remind me of. There's a fucking right dom slut on the internet called Royal Britannia. Anyway, talking about Royal Britannia, we had loads of St. George flags put up on lampposts going into, I think it was, I know it was, because I drove past there today, of Seaford. No, not Seaford, Saltine. Anyway, the council have taken them down because they weren't put up. They weren't authorised to put up. You said one video, one article for 150. Oh, I think that's fair as well. Yeah, I think that's fair. But as an introductory offer, I was, you know, but anyway, that's between me and my client. But yeah, one video, one article, 150 quid. Bish, bash, bosh. Fucking good value, mate. Good value. You know, but I'm open to negotiation. I can do special introductory offers, if you know what I mean. Yeah, and also, Convid, that RB don't understand business, you know? Fucking business. Pure business, mate. I'm a businessman. Fucking selling my wares, mate. Selling my skills. My skittles. I'm selling that bit of Brighton slang there, mate. Selling my skittles. I am. Matt, you are a jack. Oh, thank you. My mother used to call me, hey, Jack in the box. Come over here, boy. I go, yeah, mum. Yeah, but I'm a bit. I am. I'm not a bit. I am a jack. They call me Jack. They used to call me Jack the Lack. Bit of Brighton slang there, mate. Bit of Brighton slang. You won't understand it. Jack the Lack. They used to call me. They used to go, Jack the Lack, pick up smack. And I used to go, what smack? And they used to go, on the lack. I said, oh, that smack on the lack. Yeah, I got it, mate. Call me Jack. Fucking hell. So what we doing around here then? Anyway, obviously Kaylee isn't live. Otherwise, you lot wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? Mind you, neither would I. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, fuck you. It's good that Lucy Letby's free. Lovely to see Lucy Letby. I mean, yeah, I didn't think she killed those kids anyway. Killed all those babies. Of course you wouldn't. You know, no one kills babies nowadays. That's myth, mate. That's myth. It's good to see old Lucy Letby's free. I've been saying all along, let Lucy Letby free. And today's the day. Very happy. Yes, Matt Taylor ran a successful business in the past. I did, yeah. Guess how much we turned over in the second year? A lot of money, mate. I'll keep it to my chest, but we turned over a lot of money. Woo! I'm proficient at business. You know what I mean? I can do it. I've been my own businessman. I've run two businesses. I ran business with my business partner called Matt. My name is Matt. One T, not two. And I run a freelance copywriting service. Yeah, freelance copywriting service. I tell you, it'd have been a lot easier if I had AI back then, mate. But it was good. But when I was a businessman, it was great because the kids were young, and I was able to I was able to work from home. Tell us what a jack is. Well, we all know what a jack is, mate. If you don't know what a jack is, I'm certainly not going to tell you, you nutter. Anyway, look, what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to make myself a coffee, and I will be back in a jack. Get it? Do you get it? No, seriously, do you get it? I'll be back in a jack.
From the shoreline of Brighton, where the waves meet the sky, a vision was born to let stories fly. Taylor Media is here with a mission so clear, to give every voice a place to appear. Your story, your voice, your media. We shine the light where truth will lead ya. In words and film, your tale takes flight. Taylor Media, we'll get it right. From businesses bold to the causes that fight, from charities humble to dreams taking flight. An article written, a video made, your legacy told, your moment displayed. Your story, your voice, your media. We shine the light where truth will lead ya. In words and film, your tale takes flight. Taylor Media will get it right. See charcoal strength with a bright red flame. Ocean blue tides carry forth your name. On Brighton's shore, the world will see the power of your story set free. Your story, your voice, your media. We shine the light where truth will lead ya. The Taylor Media, the future's bright. Your voice remembered in every life.
Hello, and welcome back. You're watching Matt Taylor TV. I'm your host, Matt Taylor. I've got to talk about play my promotional videos. The fucking numbers go down. They go fucking, people go right fucking out of here. Yeah, so copywriter. I used to do all the adverts. Copywriter. Pretty much what I'm doing now by, doing adverts for businesses and individuals. I've had a few articles printed in the local press. You see at the moment. When I was freelancing, one of my main clients was the British Association of Anger Management. I did a lot of work for the British Association of Anger Management. Very good it was. Very good. Yeah, I mean, Brighton slang. You only pick up the Brighton slang if you're Brightonian. It's dying out now, but it's a very selective. Only Brightonians use the slang. If you know what I mean. So I thought you were in the army. Yeah, well, you know, I was in the army. Yeah, I was in the army, and that's it's very it's not nice having people out there like deny me of that, deny me that truth, because it was, being in the army is one of the greatest achievements, quite frankly. You know, that before the kids and all that kind of stuff. Because being a good dad, it is an achievement. You know, actually, it's come easy for me. But yeah, you know, joining the army or passing or becoming a soldier, becoming a policeman was tough. You know, of course, there was no prospect of me not achieving it, because you know, quitting the army would mean going back home, living with my mum and sister. And mate, I don't give a fuck what I had to do or what the army threw at me. There was no way I was going to go home with my tail between my legs and go home. You know what I mean? It just wasn't going to fucking happen. So I just stood there and looked ahead and said nothing. It was one of my fondest memories of in the army or phase 2 training is coming down. You know, standing to attention. And I've said this story a lot. And how the old the corporal's going, right, you toe rags, I want one of you to leave right now. I want one of you to fuck off right now. I don't give a shit who it is, but I want one of you to fuck off now. And sometimes people did go, sometimes people put their hand up and said, right, I've had enough, and walked off. Sometimes that happened later on that day, you know. But that it just wasn't an option for me. I'd nowhere else to go. I had nowhere else to go, and so I just stood there like a lemon, and I did what I was told, you know. And it was very tough. It weren't easy, you know. But I made it, and I mean, you know. There was no way I wasn't going to make it, but I made it, and anyone out there who takes that away from me, you're stealing my valor. You're stealing my valor. Not nice. And of course, we all know who it is, don't we? We all know who the people go around stealing other people's valor. It ain't nice, and it ain't clever. You know, but yeah, I mean, it makes for a great story. It makes for a great story. Oh, what an idiot of me, eh? Sending my mum cannabis joints. Fucking hell! And I've done it through the army postal system. What a donkey! I think it was a silent cry for help, really. I think it was a silent cry for help, because I could have easily have sent those cannabis joints through the German postal system, you know. And in fact, there was a part of my brain saying, "Don't put it through the army system. You'll get caught. Go and take it over to the German post box and send it there." But you know, I think it was a subconscious cry for help, really. Because at that point, Mum was dying, and Emma was addicted to heroin, and it was all a bit heavy back home, you know. The shit was hitting the fan back home, and I was stuck out in Germany. And even though the career was, I loved the army, there were certain aspects of it I didn't enjoy. I didn't like how the rank structure followed you to the pub. You know what I mean? It's like, mate, when I'm in uniform and I'm on duty, I will bend over and I will spread my cheeks whenever you tell me to, sir. You know what I mean? But I'm down the pub and I'm not on duty. It's like, don't fucking tell me what to do, mate. I ain't fucking going to get you a pint just because I'm a Lance Corporal, and you know, and you're a corporal. So that side of it, I found difficult. But you know, yeah. Look, there's something about me that I'm not particularly happy about, and it's that I'm weak. There are occasions in which I'm weak. I'm a weak man. I'm a feeble man. I'm a coward. Okay, I said it. I'm a coward. I say to my son, don't put me on a pedestal, son. Don't put me on a pedestal. For goodness sake. You done fed up? Should have taken it back in your sock. No. Like we went to Amsterdam for the weekend, me and two buddies. Paddy and Gavin. Paddy and Gavin. All three of us went to Amsterdam. And I called Mum. I called her up. I said, oh, hi, Mum. Yeah, I'm off to Amsterdam for the weekend. She goes, oh, yeah, get me some cannabis joints. I said, don't be so fucking stupid. Don't be stupid, Mum. I said, I'm a Royal Military policeman, for goodness sake. She went, oh, yeah, okay, son, you know. She was like, cool, whatever, you know. I'll go and get us some. And then, lo and behold, you know, just on the way back, I was passing a coffee shop, and I popped in and I brought 5 ready-made cannabis joints for her. And at that point, I had been sending Mum cigarettes back in the post via the Army postal system, you know. So I had been sending Mum cigarettes back, like a box of 200 cigarettes. And I'd done it a few times, and I thought, well, you know, I didn't even know I was actually breaking any standing orders. I should have known better, you know. But I'd already sent Mum a couple of, you know, boxes of 200 cigarettes back. So I thought I'll wrap up the 5 joints with the 200 cigarettes and send them through. And of course, you know, got caught and all. Yeah, so I've noticed PipSmoker on Pip's YouTube channel. Loves a bit of the dope. Hey, loves a bit of the dope. I've knocked it on the head. I mean, I know when Justin came, I was like well into my dope, in my dope smoking. In fact, actually, that's what drove Justin away. Yeah, it was just like a smokehouse in my place. It actually drove Justin away. I think he would have stayed a bit longer if I wasn't such a toker. But I smoked him out. You know, I smoked him out. How much weed could you buy for $2,000? Oh, fucking hell. If I had $2,000 of weed, I'll turn it to RSO. That's what I'll do. If I had $2,000 of weed, I mean, that's just shitloads, isn't it? $2,000 of weed is just shitloads. I would turn it into Rick Simpson oil. I've done it before, back in the day. My ex, her mother was dying of breast cancer, so we'd seen that Rick Simpson oil documentary, Run from the Cure. Who else has seen the Rick Simpson Run from the Cure documentary? And so we made RSO, but the mother-in-law threw it away. We went through all that trouble making RSO, you know, and it's illegal to make. I mean, we grew, and it was illegal, and we could have got done for it. I mean, it had nothing to do with me. It was, you know, it was my partner. She was doing it for her mother. But we went through all that trouble, took that risk, only for the mother to throw it in the bin. Yeah, it was a big argument. It was at Christmas time, big argument. Anyway, she died a few months later. But yeah, I'd I don't know, you could buy a lot of money, buy a lot of green, $2,000. It wouldn't be worth smoking it because it will kill you, and it wouldn't be worth selling it because you'll get you nicked. Even PipSmoker says too much, but listen, never have too much. But yeah, I'll definitely turn it into RSO. You could get a lot of RSO, mate. A lot of RSO. Yeah, I couldn't breathe. No, he couldn't breathe, mate. I was smoking so much though. You know, that's post-traumatic stress disorder, you know. That was me suffering from the PTSD. I'm not talking about STDs. No, never had them. Never had them. See, the thing is, and I made a promise to myself. You've heard this before. You've heard this before. Other people may not, but I'm sure a lot of people have heard this before. Growing up as a teenager, I made a promise to myself. I said to myself, I'm only going to make love to the most beautiful women in the world, which is cool. It's all good, but there's a downside. You know, you hardly ever have sex. No. But yeah, you know, it's a spiritual thing. Having sex is spiritual, man. You can, like, you know, you're conjoining. You know what I'm trying to say. You're joining those spirits together, those bodily fluids. So yeah, no, touch wood. I haven't had STD. Your ex-brother-in-law didn't like you, did he, Matt? He not so much didn't like me. We had, and he's just actually come back. Funny enough, he's brought a new girlfriend over from Spain, and up in London at the moment with his new girlfriend. No, not. He took the piss out of my SOS party. Okay, that's the bottom. He took the piss out of my SOS party, and you know, my SOS party was my life. Politics was my life, you know, and I really felt as if I wanted to stand as a member of parliament. I wanted to, you know, give it a go. And I warned him. So look, mate, you can take the piss a bit, but fucking there's a line. You know, I don't mind you taking the piss, but fucking if you keep on taking the piss, I'm gonna fucking smack you. No, okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, but maybe he didn't like me. Maybe he didn't like me. We get on now, all right, you know. Maybe. But, you know, I didn't enter the relationship with Kay because of the brother, you know. In fact, I knew Kay wasn't the woman for me when out in Bahamas. When I took her out in Bahamas, because my plan was to find a hut by the beach in the Bahamas, right, and just live there. I watched a video Matt put up on the argument on Mother's Day. Yeah, I mean, look, bear in mind that is totally years ago. So you're watching my anyway. After the army. After my mother's death, my plan was to go to the Bahamas. I was going to go to the equator of the cancer equator, the cancer line. Because what I'd done was, I looked where that cancer line was around the world, and it went through the Bahamas. It went through Exuma in the Bahamas. And I said to myself, I want to go there. And it just so happened that I met Kay during this, and I took Kay with me. I took Kay to the Bahamas with me. But anyway, I found my beach, and I found my hut, and I was happy. You know, this is it. I found what I was searching for. But Kay had a body drop. She had a right body drop. She goes, I need a shower. I'm not staying here. It's a fucking hut on the beach. Are you fucking serious? I'm not staying here. I want to shower every day. I was like, well, the fucking ocean's there. You can do. No. She had a right body drop, and I hadn't seen a woman have a body drop like this before. It was like, whoa, fucking hell. I've never seen it. I've never seen anyone have a tantrum, a grown woman have a tantrum like that. And I was like totally blown away. So I was like, fuck, okay then. So that's my dream gone. I suppose we'll have to stay at the $150 a night B&B we were at. And we'll have to go back home in 2 weeks because my money is going to get burnt up as if there's no tomorrow. And, you know, and that's what happened. That's what happened. And I was in tears. I was literally crying when I left the Bahamas because I was leaving my dream. And I was leaving my dream because Kay couldn't handle it. And I should never have taken her with me. My life would have been so different now. But then again, I wouldn't have had, you know, my 2 kids. I no doubt would have had kids from another mother. But anyway, that's what happened. And I've lived with it, you know. And perhaps that's the coward in me. If I was more brave, I could have said, right, off you go then. Off you go. Bye-bye. I'm staying here. I've got my hut by the beach. And, you know, I found the owner. I found the owner and I'd done a deal and I was allowed to stay there, you know. Ah, there you go. I had to come back to England. And that's when, after the body drop, I knew. I said to myself, that, you know, this woman, I'm dumping her, you know. I'm not having this in my life, fucking that kind of, I'm not having a woman who behaves like that in my life. Lo and behold, when I got back to England, before I knew it, she was up the duff. Hello, True. Good to see you, True. Good to see you. Look, True, thanks for everything. Just want to say thanks for everything. I know a lot of people go through a lot of shit sticking up for me, and, you know, I don't ask anyone to stick up, but thank you. Hello. Just reminiscing about the old days. So, you know, and that's the main reason why I first came onto YouTube, was to tell my story. Oh, guess what? Guess what I found earlier on yesterday? I found, who remembers that 9 hours live I did watching the dart, NASA's dart, hitting that asteroid out in space? Do you remember that? It was 9 hours it was, and I think I may upload it one day and we'll play it. But the problem is, I don't know what is said within those 9 hours, you know, and it's fucking dangerous nowadays. As I tell you, oh, thanks ever so much, Tube. But I tell you, one word said out of place. Dangerous. Dangerous. Yes, Tube has always been a loyal friend to me. Yeah, mind you, Justin as well. No, and what I say, what I mean by I'm the luckiest man in the world. What I mean by that is, yeah, you know, the trivia stuff I may get tripped up on, like being charged 60 quid for someone to fucking change a battery in my car. You know what I mean? Not very lucky. But they're the trivia bullshit. They're the trivia bullshit. But what I mean when I say I'm the luckiest man in the world, it's because I've got friends like Tube. Because I've friends like Tube England. I've got friends like Justin. I've got a girlfriend who's totally amazing. I've got a son and daughter who are awesome people. And that's what I mean by I'm lucky in life. I'm the luckiest man in life. Yes, you're a good man, Tubes. You have backbone, yeah. And I know that because I've seen Tube England be attacked by you lot for defending me. And it's not so much defending me, it's just defending the truth. Okay, that's all it is. It's the truth. So we can beat around the bush. You can say, no, but this happened. Well, no, it didn't. That's not the truth. No, thank you, Tube England, yeah. Because, as I was saying earlier on, we've all picked what side of the fence we're on. Okay, we've all picked it. There's no time to swap now. Too late. But yeah, thanks ever so much, Tube. And thanks for the, Tube sent me a lovely book, which I still think about, The Green Stone. And you've sent me some lovely videos on King Arthur, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So thanks ever so much for everything you've done. Yes, it means a lot. Well, it means a lot. Your support means a lot. Everyone's support. Because I know what it means to support me. You know, it's not nice. And it ain't easy. It's, you do get attacked, and that it's real. The attack you lot get for just defending the truth when it comes to me, it shouldn't happen, Yes, sorry, Tubes. I'm assuming you're a man. Tube England sending kisses to Convid and Matt. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? It's all good to spread a bit of love, mate. It's all good to spread a bit of love. Some people live their lives in hate. And, and you're one of them. RB, you're one of them. So I've seen you hate. I've seen PipSmoker hate. And it's just not nice. The hate you lot bring in with Kaylee's, it's just like, fucking hell. What planet are you lot from? What planet are you lot from? If you lot weren't as cowardice as me, you just leave that woman alone. Let her get on with it. And this is no reflection on Kaylee, but I've seen it so often. She flies around anyway. Yeah. Tranny West has proved that a man can actually be a woman. More like sending respect. Yeah, there you go. There was no kisses involved, And that's the funny thing with you lot. You just twist the narrative. Where are the kisses? There's no kisses involved. It's respect. 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 What's happened to Respect? Is he still around? Mind you, I enjoyed Sam Williams today. He was talking about the secret tunnels in London. Very interesting. No, but thanks ever so much, Tube, for everything you've done over the years as well, Yeah, Royal Britannia doesn't understand respect. You don't. It's not so much you have to, but it's a measure of your values if you can respect someone for having beliefs that differ to your own. That's a measure of your backbone, and that's a measure of the man you are or the woman you are, in which you can respect those people who believe differently towards you. I think that's where your true values come to the surface, when you're out of your comfort zone. the way you conduct yourself out of your comfort zone is an indication of the type of person you really are. Because it's easy being nice, being like good in your comfort zone where you feel safe. But it's how you act, it's how you react when you're out in the wilderness, when you're out in the cold, when you're under fire. And of course, that's the big thing in the army. We are regularly put out of our comfort zone. We're regularly put under pressure. Because it's in those circumstances, when you're out of the comfort zone, when you're under pressure, that you have to perform at your best. And that's the measure of a man or a woman. The way you conduct yourself under fire. And listen, I say to my son all the time, don't put me on a pedestal. I'm as weak as the next man. I want to publicly support Kaylee and Jake, but I'm too scared to. And that makes me a coward. That makes me shy away from that uncomfortableness. Anyway, you know what I mean? True England, I asked Rule Britannia if it missed the mouse, but it refused to comment. Oh yeah, right. Because of course, we all think RB is the mouse. Did you show what respect? I haven't stalked anyone. Okay, I haven't stalked anyone. So you can carry on with that false narrative. It's your beef. It's your thing. Okay, you can just crack on with it. You can crack on with it. Because ultimately, it ain't true. And if it ain't true, what do you want to do? Loaded question. There you go. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people can say things about another person, you know. Don't make it true. Yeah, and this is where I have to like step up to the plate when I'm under fire being called a stalker when I'm not. How do I conduct myself under these conditions? And I've been through the whole kind of like spectrum of reactions. I've got angry, I've yelled, I've denied, I've said it's wrong, I've tried to defend myself, and you know. But now it's just like it don't matter what you think. This is what I know that matters. Yes, tube loaded with stale cheese. I think it's the easiest thing in the world at the moment, and we see it so often on the internet, don't we? It's the go-to. It's the go-to victimhood. Stop harassing me. You stalking me. You caused me a lot of distress and fear. I'm scared of you now. I'm scared of you. But hey, listen. It don't matter. It don't matter. Because Lenny's here. Hello, Lenny. Hello, mate. Good to see you, mate. Oi, oi. Oi, Lenny, do you reckon, I was thinking of asking Chris Brindle to be my friend. Do you reckon I should just give it up? I know you're mates with him, and I wanted mates with him too. I don't think I'll bother, mate. I don't think I'll bother. I don't think we're ready for it, you know. I think some friendships just will never be. And me and Wissy. Anyhow, how you doing? How you doing, Lenny? How you doing? Just we're just talking a load of shit here at the moment, mate. Talking a load of shit here at the moment. I'm home alone, Lenny. Home alone, Lenny. That there's somebody been arrested out in America. Well, not arrested. He's raided out in America. The NSA guy, NSA, FBI raid. Ooh, who's that guy? Yeah, John Bolton. John Bolton. Where's that sound coming from? I got a sound. I got like rain. Oh, bit weird, wasn't it? Bit freaking weird. Good to hear from. No, it's good to hear from you. It's good to hear from you. Do you reckon it's worth me asking to be friends with Chris? I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. He'll only say no. I think there's too much gone under the bridge, you know. Oh yeah, do you know what? Do you know? I said I wanted to do my own court, my kangaroo court, and I've been waiting for a certain bit of evidence, and I found it today when Chris confessed to pretending to be me, and I found it. But I'm too scared now because I am a bit of a coward. No, I'm not a bit. You know, let's be. At least I like to think I'm truthful. I am a coward, and I mean, I've been waiting for that big piece of evidence for a kangaroo court, but now I've got it. I'm too scared to use it. But confessing to being someone else on the internet is quite a big thing. I think, you know. Like, you know, when it's done in satire, it's all very well and good, you know. But when it's done intentionally to deceive, yeah, it is actually criminal. Yes. So Lenny says John Bolton, who fell out with Trump and wrote a hatchet job book. Oh, really? Against Trump, right? Yeah. Matt, I'm not you. You're not me. I know you're being facetious. Yeah. Imagine. Oh God, imagine it. Imagine it. I'd love it. I would love it. Get Brian Harvey on with Puddock. You can be Judge Judy. We haven't heard much from Brian recently, have we? Haven't heard much from Brian. Hope he's doing well. Lovely couple, Brian and Nikki Lee. Love a bit of Nikki Lee. Lovely lady, and you know, I think they make a great couple. Nikki Lee, Brian Harvey, they're up there with Kaylee and Jake, I reckon. Match made in heaven. You know what I mean? Match made in heaven. But yeah, I mean, look, you know, I tune in, but I'm too scared to comment most of the time. But the behaviour I see from RB, Pip towards, you know, and everybody else towards Kaylee, shocking. And you lot should be ashamed of yourselves. And big up Justin for sticking up for her. You know, not that Kaylee needs sticking up for, because she's got, you know, God's army behind her. Because this is spiritual warfare. This is a battle of the souls, so to say. But yeah, shame on you lot. Shame on you lot. That it ain't nice and it ain't clever and it don't look good, and it's just it's sickening, really. It's sickening. And I'm no way inferring that Kaylee is a piece of I'll use Brighton slang. I'm no way implying that Kaylee is an Eric Clapton. You know what I mean? But the way you lot fly around her, the way you like flies around an Eric Clapton, you know what I mean? Shocking. No, yeah. Thank you for being you. Because you know, YouTube in some incidents is a better place with the likes of Justin around, because you know that was comedy gold last night. Comedy gold, that was. So in some incidents with the likes of Convid around there, just spreading the joy, spreading the satire, spreading the jokes, it enhances YouTube. But then you've got nasty people, nasty RB, Pip, Degenerate, and the rest. It ain't funny. Yeah. Bit of Brighton slang there, mate. Bit of Brighton slang. Eric Clapton. It's like flies around an Eric Clapton. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got to be Brightonian. Got to be Brightonian to kind of appreciate the slang. If you know what I mean. So listen, how's everyone? How's everyone? How's you doing? I'm home alone tonight. Bit scary to be fair. Bit scary. How do I get water from my bath to my water tub outside, rather than having to fill up my 5-gallon drum and take it out? At the moment, I've got some tubing, put it in a bath, put it through the bathroom window out to the water tub, sucked, and I've sucked all the water through, but I haven't given it enough suck for the water to trickle. You know what I mean? Taffy was enjoying the banter, but weirdos had to ruin it. I know. Yeah, that Daz, he's a right nasty piece of shit, isn't he? That Daz, you know, I'll say it as it is. He's a nasty bloke. Because that was funny. That was comedy. That's how YouTube should be. Just having a laugh, man. Everyone's so serious, and then that Daz comes on, and the way he talks to Kaylee, it's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you guys doing? You're spoiling it, man. Fucking it does my head. Look, I'm having a body drop now. I can feel it coming on. I'm having a right body drop because we should be enjoying it. We should be having a laugh, for goodness sake. And I thought Convid last night was just fucking comedy genius. Yeah, I didn't catch it last night. I caught it this morning, but you know what I mean. It was worth clipping. And then you get killjoys like Daz coming on going, let's stop having the fun. Let's call him a pedo. Yes, Banana Daz is very nasty. You're right, he is, mate. Horrible person. They need to be in control, and it's such a shame. Because that's when it's get interesting, when you lose control, you know? You just go with the flow. But yeah, Taffy was enjoying it. And Taffy is you know, he's so worried about what the crowd think. And it spoils it. It spoils it. Yeah, but I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with that Daz. What a dickhead, quite frankly. You know. Man. Well, that's all right, you know. At least I didn't let the body drop get out of hand there. But yeah, I mean, but where can we go and have fun anymore? Because it used to be fun back in the day. But we got a certain section of people, and it's only half a dozen people. It's half a dozen people who just bring the fucking mood down, man. They just crash the mood. They're just like killjoys, man, and they're horrible, nasty killjoys at it as well. I mean, taking the mick out of Kaylee as a mother when they themselves have been instrumental in ruining that, in sabotaging that. Fucking hell, I mean, shit, man. I've never seen anything like it in my whole life. And I've been around the world. You know, I've been there and done it, but I've never seen anything like it. And it's only the people who hide behind fake names who do it. And it's so easy, isn't it? It's so easy when you don't have to give your real name. When you don't have to give your fucking real face. You don't have to fucking give your real voice. It's the easiest thing to do. Hide behind a sock puppet account. Say what you fucking want to whoever you want. And it don't fucking matter if you're mean as fuck. Because there's no comeback. And that's cowardice. That's cowardice, in my opinion. If you believe in your convictions, you should say it with your own voice. You should say it with your own face. And you should say it under your own name. Let's see how brave you are then. Spewing your hate. Fucking nasty cunts. Maybe Lenny could be the middleman to unite Grobnob and Matt to create a new YouTube power couple. Mate, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Because listen, you know, I respect people. And one of the people I respect is Chris Brindle. What? I'm not going to say it again. I'll say it again. One of the people I respect is Chris Brindle. What? I've said it twice. I won't say it a third time. But I'll say a third time just so you know. I respect Chris Brindle. What? I said it, right? And no more. I've said it 3 times. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I would be open to anything. I'm all for a YouTube power couple. And I reckon me and Chris Brindle, you know who I'm talking about. I reckon together we could take YouTube by storm. You know, we could take YouTube by storm. We'll be the best power couple out there, mate. Forget about Esau and Bleeding. No, they'll be yesterday's news. Forget about Brian Hearn and the Dream Team. No, they'll be yesterday's news. Forget about Brian Harvey and Nikki Lee. Forget about Kaylee and Jake. Chris Brindle and Matt Taylor. That's what it's all about. Yeah. I'm actually trying to get my fingers to click. If you know what I mean. Oh, man. Shit, man. No, man. Man, shit, man. No, but honestly, since the thingy bob, the age, you know, the internet thing, I've had more sex ads come up on my Facebook feed than ever before. What's going on there? I thought this new law was supposed to stop. Was supposed to safeguard kids and all of us from dodgy material. So how come I'm seeing more pornography on my Facebook than ever before? Shocking. That's what it is, mate. It's shocking. This world, man, this world is upside down and inside out. And if ever we need a revolution, it's now, man. If ever we need to get rid of the status quo, it's now. Shocking. Den Tarragon, if you're out there, rubbish. Rubbish. You're moving the goalposts. It ain't fucking funny. Apparently, I mean, I don't take anything for granted nowadays. That Roy Orbison said I heard I heard that you're doing this. I said, who told you? Victoria West. Bullshit. What the fuck are you bringing people's names in for it when you know very well they're not involved? As if Victoria West is watching Matt Taylor TV. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Fucking hell. Honestly, so many liars out there. There's so many liars. It's embarrassing. The people who put out there and spend lies, it's just not funny. But yeah, what else is new? What else is new? Dentaragon, you've failed to win the argument, right? You failed, right? You're on the losing team. You make out you're the bastion of truth. You're making out you're a hero, but you're not really, are you? You're an anti-hero because you destroyed a man's life for fucking nothing. So you could appear big to the likes of Danny Jones and Mr. Degenerate. Shame on you. Fucking what a lowlife. Anyone who goes out of the way to destroy another person's life so they can look big in front of the likes of Mr. Degenerate and Jones, fucking sad fuckers. You sad fuckers. Roy Uberson. Don't start banding around Victoria West's name. Right? That ain't nice. Squeeze. What the fuck are you on about? And I tell you, there ain't no one on the grapevine saying Nadia and Shelley are supporting me. So don't go around spreading misinformation. Right? Because it's bullshit. And it just so happens that the wider audience can be thick as shit. Honestly. Fucking Ada. But listen, we need more people going live. We've got Danny G. Danny G's live. Playing Ghost of Tsushima. We've got Secular Talk. Andy the Cabby. Who subscribed to Andy the Cabby? He's live. I can't see any of the big names. Oh, pushing a fart out. Chris Brindle would appreciate that. Right, so Kash Patel announces major arrest. Justice erupts with a vengeance. Justice erupts with a vengeance. Oh, what was that guy? Apparently that Cobra King, is he dead? I noticed Sharon Gale was live and she was doing something about that Cobra King and I didn't really pay any attention to it. And then I saw somewhere else that Cobra King is dead. What's that all about? Can't be. 2 minutes ago, US Justice Department releases Ghislaine Maxwell interview transcript. There you go. There you go. Oh, it's not like the old days, did we? When we used to have a laugh. But yeah, I reckon there's room for a new power couple. I think it's time to start partnering up. You know what I mean? Start holding hands. Start picking your mate. Right, everyone. Partner up. Go on, partner up. Everyone choose a partner. Get in your pairs, everyone. Get in your pairs. I need someone to partner up with, mate. I need someone to partner up with. And really, there's only one person who's worth partnering up with on YouTube, and that's Swindle. What? I've said it enough. Tranny West has just spotted comments from his live stream on his Kaylee in Chains channel. Tranny West has just posted comments from his live stream on his Kaylee in Chains channel. They think they're so clever. That's the thing. They think they're so clever. When really they are the most stupid. In fact, yeah, that goes without saying, really, isn't it? The people who think they're the cleverest are usually the thickest, because that's why they consider themselves the cleverest. I'm not talking about Everest, but talking about Everest, Chris Thrall is doing Everest. So get behind Chris Thrall. I'm a big fan. You know, Chris Thrall, he's just recently, a couple of months ago, he completed the rowing across the Atlantic with Louis, his mate. I mean, what an achievement, eh? So Chris Thrall, he's ran across the Sahara. He's run from John O'Groats to Land's End. And now the next thing he's doing is climbing Everest. Wow. I wouldn't bother myself. Fucking hell. Sorry, I had to step out there for food. Did you have to step out for food? Wow. Is it falling from the sky? Dunning-Kruger effect, Matt. Perhaps I didn't read that properly. So look, Lenny, I want to know your opinion on Hannibal Lecter, Brian Cox, or Anthony Hopkins. This is a question for Lenny. Who makes the best Hannibal Lecter? Brian Cox or Anthony Hopkins? Man cannot eat on bread alone. Who said those words, Lenny? Oh, I don't know. Matt, people who lie, who think they don't see their lies. Yes. Yeah, good point. Is Everest the ultimate ego trip? Is Everest the ultimate ego trip? It's got to be, hasn't it? It's got to be, Lenny. Got to be. It's got to be. And apparently, you walk past a few frozen bodies up there. And also, I mean, I don't know if I'm only one what I heard. It's covered in shit as well. Loads of shit up there. Mind you, I think they've recently done a big cleanup. Big cleanup. Do we know whether anyone's had a shit on the moon yet? Oh, they must have on the secret base on the other side, yeah. So, Lenny, who makes the best Hannibal Lecter? Brian Cox or Anthony Hopkins? It's a simple question. It's like meeting blokes who have to boast about their achievements. Yeah, good point, Lenny. Well, so yeah, well said, Lenny. Says Convid. It's a funny name, Convid. Where did that come from? What about the Danish lad from Helsinki adverts? Mads Mikkelsen. I don't know. Don't know anything about it. I want to know who you reckon the best Hannibal Lecter is. For the fucking fourth time, I do believe. Brian Cox or Anthony Hopkins. It's a simple fucking question. Fucking hell. I want to get on to the next question. You know, how do you feel about Frederick Forsyth dying? To be fair, I'm quite cut up about it, to be fair. And then Michael Pete, you know, got bowel cancer. I actually got quite upset, to be fair. I shed a tear, I did. I thought, oh no, Uncle Pete. I love you, mate. I love you. So, Matt, this tech billionaires seem to be an insufferable lot. Super weddings, balloon trips, insufferable bastards. Yeah, we're talking about old Bezos or Bessos with his marriage in Venice. So, like Hannibal, Anthony Hopkins. No, I preferred Brian Cox, to be fair. I read the book. I read the book before the films. What was it now? What was it? The Red Dragon? No? Was it the Red Dragon? Don't know. But I like Jodie Foster in that film. And Contact, yeah. Gorgeous woman, isn't she? But, oh, Tranny West is having a meltdown, is he? Where's all this happening? He's having a meltdown. Oh. I tell you, people take YouTube far too seriously. And I hate the fact that we have to enforce our beliefs onto other people. You know, like, fucking, so what if Kaylee's calling you a pedo? So what? The very fact that you getting upset about it, man, like, so what? Fucking hell. So is there something active at the moment, is there, in which... Because I tell you, I can't see... I certainly... Oh, Nixie's live. Nixie's live. $10 everyone. 10 o'clock. What should we be doing at this time? Hey? What should we be doing at this time of night? I think we should be having sex, myself. I think we should all have a big orgy. That's what I reckon. Make love, not war. That's my philosophy in life. Clarice Starling saves Catherine Martin and kills Buffalo Bill. I've seen the film, Matt. Well done. It's quite good, isn't it? Quite good. I finished watching Professor T on ITVX. That was very good. I enjoyed that. Quite good. Well, good. I was just checking something. So all is well. All is well. All is well. Don't worry. All is well. Not much long to go. Oh God! Look, I don't think I'll ever hit the 300 subscribers mark. I think I was 2 away at one point. I was on 298. I was thinking, oh, any day now, any day. But it just never happened, mate. Never happened. Pity Jodie Foster turned down Hannibal. Julian Moore was okay, but it wasn't the same. I know. What could you have done? Pay her double. That's what I would have said. Pay her fucking double. Money works. Money works. But mind you, how do you feel about Eubank Ben 2? You know, I think there could be a real possibility that Ben will beat Eubank. Just said it. I've said it out there. Matt, you're in a relationship, so the possibility of sex is at least on the table or in the table. Yes. Matt, you could order clones or AI bots and get to 300. Nah, I'm not doing all that. But I tell you, mate, I was a bit taken back today. I went to I was at a garage filling up some petrol, and oh man, the woman behind the counter, it knocked me. I was taken aback, Lenny, with her beauty. And she smiled at me and said, "Is there anything else I can get you?" And for a moment there, Lenny, for a moment, I was going to say your phone number. But then I remembered I'm a 50 plus fat, hairy old git. And she was a beautiful woman. I'm thinking early 30s. Beautiful, man. She was beautiful. She was Indian. I've always got a thing for beautiful Indian women. And I had to stop myself. I just had to smile and say, "No, thank you. Just a receipt." And I walked out there. But mate, I was that close, you know. I was that close. And I would have so regretted it. But yeah, Matt, I've never paid a penny for PPV to watch 2 below par shitboxes. Really? Mate, I watched it with my son the other time and it cost me 20 quid. 20 quid it was, and it was the best night. It was so good watching that fight with my son. You know, it's memories. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to watching the next one with him as well. And me and my son are getting on like house on fire, and my daughter actually. We get on very well. Yeah, it's cool. I was down the pub with my daughter the other day. Had a few pints. Had a bit of a knit and natter. Had a laugh. Had a giggle. Matt, 50 plus. Get hairy old git. If you were Michael Douglas, you would have said, "Have you seen Wall Street?" or some shit. 80s film. Oh, I saw a picture of Michael Douglas, and he's old as fuck now, isn't he? He's old as fuck. Oh, where did I see Catherine Zeta-Jones recently? Oh yeah, where did I see it? Oh yeah, I watched. I was up at my girlfriend's, and we watched Terminal. We watched Terminal, starring Tom Hanks. And of course, Catherine Zeta-Jones was in there, weren't she? She was an airline stewardess. You know, Catherine Zeta-Jones, when she looked good. I imagine her heyday was Darling Buds of May. She looked great then. But yeah, she looked great in Terminal. But now, crikey. How many points is my limit? 5. 5 points, Len. How about yours? Yeah, 5 points. 5 points is my limit. Usually leave the 6 point, but I can do 4 pints and a bottle of wine. I'm gonna do 4 pints and a bottle of rosé, or I can just do 5 pints. And I usually have to kind of like struggle on the 6. Douglas is 80. It happens to the best of him. Yeah, I mean, his dad lived 90 plus, didn't he? His dad, Kirk Douglas, he was like 90 plus, and he looked, whoa, fucking old. Oh, poor Bruce Willis is in a care now, yeah, for dementia. Shame, innit? Man, old age. It's going to happen to all of us. Mate. Yeah, I think you're younger than me, aren't you, Len? You're younger than me, son. Younger than me, Sonny Jim. So, look, I really want to be friends with Chris Brindle. What? Chris Brindle. Say it. Spit it out. I want to be friends with Chris Brindle. I want to make friends. I reckon we could be the new power couple. I just I'm a bit of a coward to kind of like, you know, to push it real good. Listen, I'd just rather have sex. Really. I'd just rather have sex than anything else in life. It's you know, just brings a smile to my face. You know? Brings a smile to my face. Such a sad condition to suffer with. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Not by much, Matt. Okay, yeah. So I'm a touch older than you, aren't I? Yeah. Hey, listen, it's only a number. It's only a number. Only a number. So listen, everyone. You know what should we do? What should we do? We're coming up to 2 hours. We're coming up to 2 hours. That's my little joke at the moment. I laugh all the time. Someone says 2 hours, 2 hours, and I say, "What are you talking about dogs for?" I like a bit of a 2 hour. It's just not funny though. That's the thing, and that's something I have to like deal with. That my jokes are not funny. But it don't matter if they're funny. If you've got people who love you, they'll laugh anyway. And that's what my magical imaginary girlfriend does. I mean, you know, I know very well she doesn't find it funny, but she laughs anyway, and that's love. That's devotion. That's when you know you've got someone who loves you. When they laugh at your shit jokes. 2 hours? What are you talking about 2 hours for? Yes, double figures. We've got double figures, mate. So what should we do? You know, we've got 8 minutes left for the 2 hours. 2 hours. I don't know why you're bringing the dogs in for. Who's talking about the 2 hours? Anyway, you know what I mean? What should we do? I mean, come on. Who else is live? Let's create something, man. You know? Let's make some magic. Let's just do something amazing. We can do it. If you B&Q it. When's the last time anyone's B&Q'd it? Over to Lenny. I'm gonna put Lenny's chat up on the screen. So over to Lenny, and Lenny is the #1 commentator. Matt, someone recently in the closet tried to come onto it. Oh my God, really? Fucking hell, Lenny. Thanks for sharing. We're not going to rip the piss out of you, but we're going to ring this for all it's worth. Someone recently in the closet tried to come onto me. I didn't realise this person was... I'm not laughing. But already this is funny. Someone recently in the closet tried to come onto me. I didn't realise this person was gay. What do you think of that? I'm straight. It's 2025. Surely being in the closet is strange and dishonest. Not trying to judge. I'm sure gay people struggle. Straight people struggle too. Listen. Before we go on to any thoughts of tranny, the thing is, right, when you're not gay, you can't pretend to be. You know, I've been there. I've had the opportunity to indulge in a gay act, and I couldn't do it. And so I really feel for you, because even if you felt sorry for him, go, oh, okay, look, I'll give you a snog, or, you know, it's just terrible, Lenny. It's terrible. And what's more terrible, not so much terrible, what's more funny is that this person who came on to you thought you would have gone along with it. So they must have thought, oh God, I'm desperate for a bit of cock. Lenny will be up for it. Man, I'm desperate. I need a man. I need a bit of cock. Lenny will be up for it. No, it's terrible, Lenny. It's terrible, mate. I feel for you. I feel for you, mate. It's strange and it's dishonest. You know, you come across as gay, otherwise you wouldn't have taken the risk. But fuck it out, funny. Any thoughts on trannies? We all love a tranny. We've all got a granny in the family. Lenny, son, what was the person doing in your closet in the first place? Why would a gay man come onto a man he knows is straight? You get what I mean? Well, listen, I worked, I work in Brighton. I worked in, I've forgotten where the place is now, Telegen. And it was we were selling stuff to businesses. We're selling those pay zone machines anyway, telesales. And there was one guy called Richard, and he was gay as Elton John. And his thing in life was turning straight men gay. He loved it. That was his purpose in life, turning straight men gay. And I just don't get it, because I don't think a straight man can turn gay. It's just, I mean, you know, I feel for my magical imaginary girlfriend when, you know, I don't want to say it because it's a family show, but, you know, I feel for her having to grab hold of my dick. I certainly wouldn't want to be grabbing hold of any dick, that's for sure. Let alone, you know, putting it anywhere where I, you know, where I suck my lolly, you know, if you can't. But yeah, terrible, Lenny, terrible. Why would a gay man come onto a man he knows he's gay? He came onto you because he saw there could have been a chance. Lenny, I'm only fucking about with you, but he came onto you because he thought I may have a bit of a chance of Lenny. Lenny's a bit gay. He thought to himself, do you know, Lenny's a bit gay. Lenny I could turn Lenny. Terrible, mate. Terrible. I know it's terrible. It happened and it was after a few pints. But no fucking way was I having it. Oh, man. Terrible. I'd hate that to happen to me. I got out of there like a bat out of hell. Oh, man, you know. But you can't, as a straight man, you can't even go a little bit there. You can't go, oh, go on then, you know, let's just do a bit of, you can't even do that. Shocker. I feel for you, Lenny. I feel for you. Thanks for sharing, man. Thanks for sharing. Lenny, son, are you sure you're telling us the full story? Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. What part of it what part did I leave out? What actually happened? How did he come onto you? Did he lean in and give you a kiss? Or did he grab your dick? Did he do a Tony and Brian? Did he do a Tony on you? Did he lean over and grab you? Or did he lean in for the kiss? Or was it just, was it as subtle as just gently caressing your face with his hands and looking longingly into your eyes? Lenny, son, does this happen every time you're in a gay bar? Just saying. Oh, fucking hell. No, I wasn't in a gay bar, for fuck's sake. Oh, terrible. Love it. Love it. Hey, listen, I'm not envious, but I've never happened that. No, ain't happened to me. But he must have saw something in you, and also he must have been thinking of doing it for ages, Lenny. He must have thought of been doing it for ages. Matt, you wouldn't find this funny if it were me. I know, Lenny. I wouldn't find it terrible. But, you know, that reminds me, back in the day, lived in Brighton, before I met Kay and the kids and all, I was living in a hostel, okay? And there was this young Italian guy there, I've forgotten his name, young, early 20s, good looking as fuck. He was just a lovely Italian bloke. right? Lovely Italian bloke. But then there was one night, it was late at night, and he came in and he'd been crying, right? I said, what's happened? What's up? He goes, fucking hell, I've just had enough. I said, what is it? He goes, I was come on to again tonight. So, I know he lives in Brighton and all, but he was continuously having gay men come on to him. And it just he couldn't handle it. And I felt for him. You know, he was saying to me, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me that people keep coming on to me, man? Is it something I'm doing? You know, is it something I'm exuding? Oh, poor guy. And I had to explain to him, look, mate, it's just Brighton. It's not you. It's not you. It's just Brighton. But maybe it was him. And that's a bit out of order in a way, because a man being friendly, just being naturally friendly and kind and open, gay men will see that as a way in. Oh, that guy's friendly. That guy's open. Perhaps I'll slip in there, have a bit of a grope. Yeah. No, you're right, Lenny. Terrible, but thanks for sharing. You want a night out, having a few drinks, and a trusted person pulls this shit. Yeah, it ain't funny. It ain't funny because, you know, it's just. Well, I don't care. I'm 100% not interested. You know, and I think dump the guy, whoever it is. Just say, no, mate, I don't appreciate being come on. You know I'm not fucking gay. And I don't appreciate you thinking I'm gay. What the fuck you doing? You know, I mean, what? The only time I come on to a woman is when the signs are there, you know? When she's like giving you the come on eyes, like, you know, come over here. But yeah, that's fair dues though. You got to look on the bright side, Lenny. You know, you are desirable. Embrace it. But yeah, mate, I feel for you. It's a shame you're not even a little bit gay, because at least you could have had a blowjob. No, Matt, this person never disclosed their homosexuality. Oh, really? They are very asexual in behaviour, so it was weird. Oh. I was in very asexual. That means not very sexual, is it? I don't understand. I was offered a blowjob out in Paris by a black barman. And he said to me, it'll be the best blowjob you'd ever have. And I thought about it, Lenny. Right? I did think about it. Especially when he said it'll be the best blowjob you'd ever have. And I thought, well, God, you know, that's a deal breaker. But I said to him, look, mate, thanks, but no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Thanks for the offer. And, you know, I think, well, it was the right decision. Matt, I don't even want to go out anymore. Come on, look, it is shit, right? It's terrible. Now, perhaps now's the time to go on POF. Perhaps now is the time. I'll say it 3 times before it gets to your fucking numbskull. Now's the time to go on POF, mate. But yeah, Lenny, thanks for sharing, man. And I mean that sincerely. All jokes aside, terrible old ordeal. Right? This is someone you thought was a friend, going out for a drink. Defenses are low, and he pulls that shit on you. It ain't cool. It ain't cool, mate. It ain't cool. Asexual, not really ever given an obvious, sexual inclination towards either sex, Sometimes a man might typically say in casual conversation that Kelly Brook is hot or whatever, But, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, You got to try and understand things from his point of view. You know, the thing is, he wanted you, Lenny, right? You have what he wants. And that should, you know, it should be an ego boost for you, mate. But yeah, I'm not meeting this person again. I know. Hey, I'll tell you a story about that, right? You won't believe his name, Queenie. Fucking Queenie, his name was, right? He was, and do you know, there was one time I was at the bar and he was Felicio in the bottle while looking at me. He was fucking giving the bottle a blowjob looking at me. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Queenie? And he's looking at me like, fucking Felicio in the bottle. And I was not impressed. I was like, Lenny, I say, fuck off, Queenie, you fucking gay cunt. I was not impressed. He was basically offering me a blowjob. And I took offense. I took offense and I just kept my distance. But yeah, there were a lot of lesbians as well. No, a person trying this shit when they know the other person is carrying a few drinks is bang out of order. I'm with you there. I'm with you, Lenny. And we're not being homophobic, right? This isn't homophobic. This is common decency, right? It's sexual harassment. You know, that's what it is. It's sexual harassment. And yeah, good. Well, fucking hell, Lenny. What a story, mate. What a story. You've certainly blown me away with that one. I'd love to know what Chris Brindle has to say about it. You've got to share that with, you know, I feel as if I'm overreacting, but I'm actually with you on this. We've got every right to overreact. People should be mature adults and be honest or just fuck off. Yeah. Are we overreacting, Lenny? Are we? I don't think so. I don't think so. There's ways to behave, okay? And doing it while you've had a few beers. You know, that ain't nice. Well, so it's true then. The army attracts gay folk. Well, yeah, there were. Queenie was gay. Plenty of lesbians in there. Plenty. Trust me. Trust me. Yeah. Oh, your mate Rick's Mace is live. Rick's Mace is live. I tell you, if I was teamed up with you know who, well, we could smash YouTube. We could. Tell you now, mate. Tell you now. Trust me. Trust me. I've known gay men who wouldn't pull the shit. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, look, I live in Brighton. I've grown up with gay men all around me. So it's not some undisguised dig at gay people. Absolutely, there's nothing homophobic about this. You can apply it for, you know, for any sex. You're out down the pub, you know. If it applied for the girl, you've been friends with this girl for ages. You've never shown any romantic intention. And then one night out of the blue, you have a few drinks and you come on to her. She'll be upset. She'll go, whoa, hang on the fuck. Where's this come from? You haven't implied, you know, I may not even gone out for a drink with you if you had that kind of intention towards me. And I'm with you in what you say there, Lenny. You know, mature. You've got to be more mature. What did you say? You said something about being mature. mature adults and honest, or just fuck off. Yes. When you've had a few beers, some people think they can. I can't see it. Take liberties. Well, look, you know, that ain't right. No one should be taking liberties from a person who's intoxicated. I don't drink very often anymore. Lenny, I didn't realise this. I didn't realise this affected you so much. Rick Mace is actually homeless. Really, he's a fantastic live streamer. There you go. Wow, yeah. I haven't really watched one of his lives all the way through, but I may have to. My gaydar didn't pick up any sexual reading. Really, you didn't see any of it coming. Because this person never gave a micro hint they were gay. I'm being honest here. Wow. Makes it even worse, doesn't it? Makes it even worse. Shocking. Shocking, Lenny, but thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. Poor you. And I'm sure, you know, it happens all the time. Do you think you would ever change your stance on the gay stuff? I mean, could you ever participate in gay activity when you're a straight man? I did watch a documentary once where there was a sex worker, a porn actor. He used to do gay sex in the movies, but he considered himself straight. But it was messing him up because he didn't know what was happening. He was earning a living by doing gay pornography, but yet he considered himself a straight man, but it was doing his head in because you can't be both. You know, you can't be both. Matt, consent is important. If someone is drinking, can they really consent? Well, it all depends on how drunk they are, aren't they? You know. I know when I met my magical imaginary girlfriend, we went for a lovely Italian meal. And, well, put it this way, she certainly wasn't drunk when she consented because she had to drive. But yeah, I mean, I know back in the day, when you're pissed up, back in the 80s, 90s, well, more like the 90s when I was down nightclubbing, drink was all part of it. But even when you're drunk, a woman knows to say no if she doesn't want it. You know? And if a woman is so paradoxically drunk that someone's taking advantage of her, that's criminal. Change my stance in what way? Yes. No, I mean, I think we were just ribbing you by saying, well, I don't know, Convid asked really, but I don't think you could, well, I don't know. You're born that way, aren't you? Are you born gay? Are you born gay? Or do you become gay? Matt, not in a million years would I remotely be attracted to a man in that way. Unequivocally, no way. I mean, I totally get it, Lenny. I mean, I'm only joking. I'm only pranking you. But in a way, you know, I've got this lovely fantasy of laying in bed with George Michael and rubbing his hairy, manly chest. But that's as far as it goes. That's as far as the fantasy goes. I can't imagine, you know, fondling any other part of his body because I'm not gay. Oh, here's something for you. Well, what was if George Michael started fondling me? All I'd have to do is close my eyes. Surely. Close your eyes and think of England. As long as you're well lubed, what's the problem? He's having you on. He's having you on, Lenny. He's having you on. Women have to be on guard from creeps who can't take no for an answer. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? I know. Well, now you feel like you've had a taste of what women have to go through. No, but I don't really. I think it's quite straightforward. It's easy to say no, and you have to be very unlucky to be in a situation in which, but sadly, a lot of women do find themselves in situations in which saying no gets you nowhere, and you know it's a sad reflection of life, because sexual assaults is a common crime. In fact, there was something in the papers only recently. We had a Brazilian immigrant raped a 16-year-old boy in Brighton. You know, it's shocking. It is shocking. And I've got my own experiences growing up in Brighton of gay men coming onto you. So I have dealt with it, Lenny, myself. It happened to another mate of mine. He was walking back home, and a car pulls up, and they offer you lifts. And that happened quite a bit in Brighton growing up. Walking home by yourself, you know, you lose your mates, or your mates are off snogging birds, and you're left walking home yourself. It's very, very common for cars to pull up and, you know, offer you lifts home. But when in actual fact they're homosexual predators. And I had a big deal, actually. It took me a long time before I separated the predator from the homosexual, because Brighton is predominantly we all know what Brighton is. It's a gay capital of UK. Young men in Brighton are susceptible to gay predators. But of course, as we all know, being gay and being a predator are two different things. But it's just such a shame that Lenny, later on in life, had to experience something like that. Lenny, son, did you know Marlon Brando had gay affairs? Oh, well, I didn't. Yeah. Oh, you've had a rubbish year, mate. Look, fucking get onto POF and find yourself a good woman. How many times do I have to fucking tell you? Get yourself a good woman. Marlon Brando was apparently a swinging door. Yeah. Rock Hudson, I still can't believe Rock Hudson was gay. 2026 is going to be the year of the Lenny. Yes, that's the attitude. Look, Lenny, at some point, mate, you're going to have to get over this, okay? You're going to have to start going out again, right? It's no reflection on you. Matt, some sicko people think if a person has enough drink in their system, they're vulnerable to creeps. Yeah. Yeah. I know, it's not right, is it? It's not right. It's not right. And it comes down to taking advantage of vulnerable people. And when you're drunk, you're vulnerable. They know very well. And yeah, isn't it interesting as well that the asexual person turns out to be the predator or the opportunist, however you want to say it. Rock Hudson came out 40 years ago. Matt still can't believe he was gay. Well, he died of AIDS in the end, didn't he? Died of AIDS in the end. Hey, listen, I grew up George Michael, gay. Liberace, I used to love Liberace. I loved his style. I'm gutted that he was gay. Elton John, I would have guessed it. But I'm just glad Prince wasn't. Prince saved the day for me. You know, I've got a naked picture of Prince up on the wall at the moment. Alphabet Street, I think it is. Love it. At least, and I like that. I want it to be feminine, but then straight. And Prince done it. Prince was feminine, but straight. Loved it. I had a bad experience, for sure. I've been physically assaulted years ago by scumbags, but never expected someone to attempt a sexual assault. Wow. I had a bad experience, for sure. I've been physically assaulted years ago by scumbags, but never expected someone to attempt a sexual assault. Crikey, Lenny. You're never too old for a sexual assault. Convid says, Lenny son, I still can't believe Alexandra the Great was gay, was he? Well, they were all doing it back then, weren't they? You know. Perhaps we should all be made to participate in... No, that's silly. I'm not even going to go there, even for a joke. That's the one thing. That's our own, though, isn't it? Our bodies and our choice of who to share our bodies with. You know, that's the last bastion of self-expression. And really, that's what makes rape such a hideous crime. You're taking that most sacred and precious self-determination away from someone. And, you know, a lot of people see sex as a pure physical activity, where other people, you know, like myself, I see it as a spiritual union. You know, you're opening you up, you're being your most vulnerable with another human being, and it is the most loveliest feeling in the world, in which someone feels so safe with you that they'll be that vulnerable, in which they'll take all their clothes off, give you a big smile, and say, let's get it on, baby. And that's what makes the whole union so magical and spiritual, because of that trust between two people, in which you show yourself at the most vulnerable, but yet you are the most safest, because you're participating in an activity that brings so much pleasure. And for that to be abused and soured, it's heartbreaking. Matt, the A&E on a night out after the coalface of these incidents. Where do you think people go when someone violates them this way? Yeah, well, listen. Yeah. A lot of people go home and cry and don't do anything about it. I remember one gay pride in Brighton once. Everyone was having a lovely time, you know, and it was about 10:30, 11. And I was walking back from the seafront, and there was this woman, young woman, 20s, in tears. I said, what the hell, what's wrong? What's happened? And she told me, I've just been raped by 3 men. And I said, oh, fuck it, come on, you got to come into the police and report it. She goes, no, no. So she'd just been raped by 3 men at gay pride, and she was going to go home instead. And I think that's the crime of how many incidents are just dealt with by the victim in their own way. She would have gone home and had a bath and cried it off, and oh, it's just terrible. And that's the first time I thought, this is nasty. This gay pride is nasty. Matt, the A&E on a night out are at the coalface of these incidents, yeah? Where do you think people go when someone violates them in this way? Sadly, they go home. And they tell no one. Mind you, Matt, Alexander was in the army. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's terrible. And it's sexual assault. Fucking hell. Yeah, and touching upon what's going on in the bigger picture on, sexual assault. As we know, Lenny, a middle-aged man, can be sexually assaulted, sexually violated. Women are sexually violated, but also children are. And I think with all this calling each other's names, calling us all nonces, and like, we're taken away from something that should actually be addressed. Not only are our middle-aged men being sexually assaulted, not only are our young women being sexually assaulted, but also our kids are being sexually assaulted and being bullied not to discuss this, from the middle-aged man to the young kids. Being bullied not to discuss it just allows that abuse to carry on. And, we've all got a responsibility to wise up. We've all got a responsibility to open our eyes and just realise what the fuck's going on. Society is in freefall. Society is rotting. And we've all got a part to play. And we've all had a part to play. Matt, this person wasn't interested in sex. This person was interested in rape, really. No, I don't understand. I don't understand. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, I don't. Is this a control thing? He just wanted to control you and belittle you. Because great is a violation of someone's great is a violation of someone's spiritual being and their body. I don't know what you're getting at, really, and it is a fascinating topic. This person wasn't interested in sex, as in a loving union of 2 people. This person was interested in grape. I don't really understand, because it's going into an area which is pretty scary. So what you're telling me, this guy wanted to hurt you? This guy wanted to degrade you, to control you, to be the master over you? It's a difficult one. I'm sorry, Lenny, that you have to relive this trauma. But I think you did the right thing by sharing it. I really do. Shocking subject. Oh, guess who's live? Should we wrap it up, everyone? Let's wrap it up, everyone. 2.5 hours. Chris Brindle's live. Chris Brindle's live. Hey, look, Lenny, shall we wrap it up, mate? And we'll leave it on this and we'll come back to it, okay? We'll come back to this. Jeffrey Daimler and Bill Cosby were spiking their victims. What? Yeah, I mean, luckily you weren't spiked. Luckily you weren't spiked, unless you were. You know what I mean? I hate to think you want, mind you, Chris is being totally satanic at the moment. I feel terrible being live when somebody else is live. I feel as if I'm hogging the limelight. So look, yes, Lenny, go live, son. Look, we're gonna wrap it up, okay? We're gonna wrap it up, everyone. I hope you don't mind. Let's do this again soon, yeah? Let's do it again soon. I'm gonna play out with a promotional video, and I'll catch you all again soon, okay?
There we go, yeah, they said it was Matt. Dave's channel got zapped just like that. But behind the mask, it was me in disguise, laughing in the shadows, feeding on the lies. I wear your name like a stolen crown, twisting truth to drag you down. Every click, every word I send, built to break you, not to mend. It wasn't Matt, it was me, ha ha. Playing with fire, crossing the law. Pissed at the world, I spit and I saw. Pretending to be Matt just to see him fall. People always piss me off, yeah, I confess. My rage is a storm, my life's a mess. The world by the world, I'm trapped in my head, spreading poison with the words I've said. I light the fuse, then walk away. Watch the wreckage where the plane will stay. Every laugh is a twisted knife, messing with another man's life. It wasn't Matt, it was me, ha ha. Playing with fire, crossing the law. Pissed at the world, I spit and I saw. Pretending to be Matt just to see him fall. People always piss me off, yeah, I confess. My rage is a storm, my life's a mess. The world by the world, I'm trapped in my head, spreading poison with the words I've said. I light the fuse, then walk away. Watch the wreckage where the plane will stay. Every laugh is a twisted knife, messing with another man's life. It wasn't Matt, it was me, ha ha. Playing with fire, crossing the law. Pissed at the world, I spit and I saw. Pretending to be Matt just to see him fall. Mask of anger, mask of shame, hiding behind another's name. In the mirror I see the truth. The one I hate is just my proof. It wasn't Matt, it was me, ha ha. Living in shadows, losing it all. Pissed at the world, I spit and I saw. Pretending to be Matt just to see him fall. Yeah, the whole world pisses me off. But it's me I'm fighting, not Matt at all.
There you go, Dave's channel got zapped by Matt, did it? I'm sure it was Matt, it might have been me. Pretending to be Matt, to get Matt into trouble. A lot of people are always pissing me off. The whole world pisses me off. I'm always pissed off at the world, with the world, by the world.
Look, Lenny, we love you, mate. Okay, and you with friends. Okay, don't let this define you. It's an experience that a lot of people go through. This isn't about you. It's about them. And I'm with Convert. 2026 is the year of the Lenny. Start taking our advice, right? Get onto POF. You'll never regret it. Mate, if I can find love on POF, anyone can. And I'm deeply in love. And you'll have a great time finding love. Oh, Lenny, my heart goes out to you, mate. It really does go out to you. I'm with you. Listen, Matt, you must have known people who had some weird stuff go down. Matt, you must have known people who had some weird stuff go down. Listen, you shocked me with your story. You shocked me. I didn't think it happened to middle-aged men like us. Matt, are you working for POF? Listen, it's good advice, okay? It's good advice. It reminds me of my days in Butlins when I was getting my end away every 5 minutes. And I'm exaggerating there. But yeah, it's brilliant. Come on, Lenny. Come on, mate. You can do this, okay? You can get through this. Listen, Chris Brindle's live. But he's talking about Satan. It's kind of like a bit of a it's a bit of a boner killer. If you know what I mean. Working for POF, MI5 and Puddock. I tell you who, oh no, I'll put it this way. I won't be telling you who I'll be working for. Being on YouTube has taught me to keep some stuff to your chest. So I won't be telling you who I'm meeting next week. But crikey, if this person who I am meeting next week, I don't actually know their sexuality. But let's just fingers crossed, touch wood. No one will be coming on to me anytime soon. That's for sure. Look, can we wrap this up? Can we wrap it up somehow? I don't really want to go. I don't like going 20 minutes to the hour. Oh, is it? It's not worth it, is it? That's it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. If his microphone is absolute bollocks, what's the worth? It's just not worth. I may as well finish up 20 minutes, mate. You know what I mean? And this goes back to the if we were just more if we were friends. I like to be Taffy's friend as well. I'd love it if Taffy could come on. Matt, do you remember a Welsh serial killer who ran a cinema in Wales? No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't know a Welsh. Peter Moore. No. Did he kill people? I knew there was a BBC Two drama about a man being raped by another man, and that was like, whoa, what? You know, could that happen? And apparently so, yeah. And that put up the fear of God in me, that did. It was the first time Welsh serial killer. It was the first time it was like introduced that men can be great. I didn't realise men could be great, but it's true. Shocker. Welsh. Bunch of nutters. Maybe Grobnob needs to drop his obsession with Jimmy Savile and Satan. And Satan. Because, you know, we're talking about what side of the fence we're on, you know. And that's what I mean by the spiritual war. It's a spiritual war. There's only two sides of the fence. You're either with the fallen or you're with the risen. Fallen, risen. And bear in mind, a third of heaven followed the fallen angel. A third. That's a lot. So that tells us there's something there, that there's an attraction for the sordid. There's an attraction to the perverted. And that's a fucking a third. A third followed the fallen. That means a third of the population was like, yeah, man, I don't like all this goody bullshit. I want a bit of you know, I want a bit of torture. I want a bit of sordidness. It's a shocker. Peter Moore was on Sky News getting applauded for running a cinema for kids. He was on Sky News as a decent citizen. God, look, and this is my point totally. All these people out there who are applauding themselves as the great and good are usually the most perverse out there. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't believe anyone out there who makes out there like the great and good, you know, fuck off. It's I don't even want to think what they get up to in private. Yes, Peter Moore, these guys can compartmentalize, obviously. And then you go on to the subject of what man is capable of. Most serial killers are sexually motivated. I'd have to agree. But look, Lenny, sorry to press this, okay? But what did you mean by what did you mean by that? I don't. Can you try and explain what? So he just wanted to own you, did he? He wanted to own you, regardless of what you wanted. Did this bloke just want to own you? Just wanted to utterly control you? Or did he just want to hurt you? It sounds like he was a sadist. Shocker. It's a shocker. I know there's a Doors song about that. People are very strange. Women were propositioning Ted Bundy when he was in court. Isn't that strange? I know. Yeah. But and I bet you look at all the men who ended up fascinated with Myra Hindley. You know, it's the fallen aspect of it again, isn't it? This is so sick. This is so degraded that it's actually, and it does come down to sexual motivations. You know, that is so sick. I'm actually getting a hard on over it. That must what happened. That is what happens to people. I mean, we had that hospital porter who was raping hundreds of corpses. So don't tell me people aren't capable of the most despicable things to the elderly, middle-aged, and children. And that's why, you know, I'm so upset with myself that I can't support Kaylee and Jake publicly, because people are capable of doing what they say people are capable of. And don't try and brainwash me otherwise. Don't try and gaslight me to believe that humanity isn't that sick and depraved. Because we know for a fucking fact humanity is that sick and depraved. They'll go anywhere and everywhere. Would you have dated Myra if you... Come on now, stop it. Stop it. Stop it, Lenny. That's just silly. Oh, Jesus, that guy, the hospital porter. Yes. Well, he was obviously a necrophiliac. Yeah. Obviously. I mean, Jimmy Savile was alleged to have been as well, wasn't he? But remember, as people point out, well, Jimmy wasn't convicted of anything. Jimmy wasn't convicted of anything. I think that's something Danny Jones has come out with before. No, but look, man is depraved, man and woman. Humanity go there. Humanity goes there. Wherever there's somewhere to go, humanity will go there. Men and women will go there. If there's an avenue to go, they'll go. And that's why I don't think anything should be off the table. And I do believe what Kaylee comes out with, she's on the ball. You know, when the spiritual war, when the battle is at its most fierce and we see everyone for who they are, we're going to see everyone for who they are. And then we're going to go, we now know who you are. And we know you've done this and we know you've done that. And of course we're going to judge them, you know? Well, this guy who done it recently, the report is it could be happening all over the place. Now, of course, I'm not implying for a moment that anyone who works with dead bodies are violating dead bodies. I'm not implying that. What I am saying is there is a possibility that anyone who works with dead bodies are violating dead bodies. Otherwise, they wouldn't be working with dead bodies. I'm just saying it's worse than we like to think it is. Put it that way. It's worse than we like to think it is. And it's a lot worse. And it will blow your fucking mind when you find out how bad it is. And you won't believe it. You'll say, no, they've got it wrong. It can't be that bad. And then you're going to get proverbially smacked across the face and say, wake up, you fucking idiot, because it is that bad. Why the hell would someone find this sexually compelling is beyond me. Hey, look, perversion is unique to each and every one of us. We've all got our own perversions. Sodom and Gomorrah. Thank you, Convid. Yeah, sodomy. There you go. You know, and I don't get, it's a gay thing, obviously, but Chris Brindle used to go on about sodomy. I don't get it. I certainly don't get any. There's no sexual motivation. Anyway, shit, man. It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult talking about difficult subjects. It's difficult talking about the lower end of the humanity spectrum. Because, you know, I take it that we all share the same values, and we're like in the middle of the humanity spectrum. We're neither extreme down or extreme up. We're just like, we're not saints and we're not devils. We're in the middle. But there are people who operate in the sainthood, you know, level, and there are people who operate in the devil level. Matt, who is the current female sex symbol of our times? I remember it was Angelina Jolie 25 years ago, the bird who played Lara Croft. Yes, I think it's that girl who played Barbie. I see a lot of her. She was in the Wall Street, the Wolf of Wall Street. I think it's that girl. But mind you, do you know who I did find particularly attractive? And I'm not talking about the Indian lady at the garage, which I had to check myself. It's like, she's way too young. Is that girl who played in Stranger Things? That girl, she's looking pretty sultry at the moment. That, you know, the psychic girl in Stranger Things. Apparently she's just adopted. Yes, and I'm not the Stranger Things girl, but I reckon that Margot Robbie, she's the one. Whew, wow. I sometimes think up whether they're all AI. Yeah, I think Margot Robbie. She's a gorgeous one. Yes, the Australian actress. I think you and I, we've got the same taste in women, Lenny. Pat Butch. Stop it. Oh, God. No, Pat Butcher wasn't, but who was the other one? Who's the other? Betty. She used to play in the Carry On movies. Barbara Babs in the Carry On movies. She was always no, yeah, you know. I've always liked my women a bit older, put it that way. Listen, I grew up with older women around me all the time. So, you know, no, it's all right, Lenny. Don't worry. We ran you through the meal today. You know what? And I'm so grateful that you came out with that. You shared your story, because that's a story that should have been shared. And thank you ever so much for sharing it with us, because, you know, that's something private. And it took a lot of it just showed us what kind of man you are, that you're confident in yourself to tell us about that. And yeah, that's it. Babs Windsor, that's it. Babs Windsor had a classy sound and manner in EastEnders. And of course, I mean, if we're talking about all-time EastEnders crush, it has to be Anita Dobson. Crikey. I mean, I don't know how old I was when I was first started watching EastEnders, but she was like the ultimate, for me anyway. And she looks great now. Oh, and do you know who else I fancy like crazy? Helen Mirren. Woo. Anyway, Lenny, fucking hell, thank God it's only 5 minutes. And I'm worried for later on tonight. I'm home alone, and I've got the images of bloody Babs Windsor, Anita Dobson, Helen Mirren. Phew. Anyway, look, Lenny, we'll wrap it up in a couple of minutes' time. Thanks ever so much for sharing what you shared. Let's do it again. Have a good night. last word to Lenny. Matt, please understand, I've been around, but I don't understand the type of person who thinks it's fine to play their cards when another person is drunk. Weird shit. Lenny, totally with you. I'm totally with you. Whoever done this was a bang out of order. Okay? Bang out of order. And you've got every right to feel the way you feel, Lenny. Thank you ever so much. 3 hours, great show. Look, I couldn't have done it without you two. This was the Matt, Lenny, Convid show. And thank you ever so much for True England coming in as well. Babs is dead. I think Pat Butcher is alive. Oh, crikey. I know they go, don't they? Listen, I'm going to play out with a song. Thanks ever so much, everyone. Thank you, Lenny. You made the show that little bit more special. Until the next time. Content.
Drop a line, you take a shot. Think you're clever, but you're not. Every word you throw my way, I'll spit it out for the world to play. You think you're hiding in the crowd, but your voice is loud. Your voice is loud, your voice is loud. Every troll, every friend, every enemy feeds a fire of my symphony. It's all consent to me. Every whisper, every scream. You sway what I say, turn the night into day. So don't be shy, let it be, 'cause it's all consent to me. Screenshots, headlines, dirty tricks, I'll turn your venom into hits. Laugh or cry, it's all the same. You just gave me fuel for the game. You call me names, you try to burn, but every flame's a lesson learned. Your hate's just ink for my pen. I'll use it once, I'll use it again. It's all consent to me. Every whisper, every scream. You sway what I say, turn the night into day. So don't be shy, let it be, 'cause it's all consent to me. Behind the mask, behind the screen, you're the actor in my scene. Every post, every stream builds my story, fuels my dream. It's all consent to me. Every whisper, every scream. You sway what I say, turn the night into day. So don't be shy, let it be, 'cause it's all consent to me. It's all consent to me. Every whisper, every scream. You sway what I say, turn the night into day. So don't be shy, let it be, 'cause it's all consent to me. Behind the mask, behind the screen, you're the actor in my scene. Every post, every stream builds my story, fuels my dream.